British flags are up in the centre of Washington, and that's ahead of the arrival of King Charles and Queen Camilla for their historic state visit. The purpose of their visit is to mark America's 250th birthday, 250 years since America declared independence from Britain. There are fresh security concerns after a gunman stormed the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Get out of the way!
Plus, it's a delicate time diplomatically. US President Trump has repeatedly criticised UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with Keir. I like him. I think he's a nice man, but I'm disappointed.
Plus, there's the shadow of Jeffrey Epstein and the links he has to the King's brother, the former Prince Andrew. Having said that, the royals are all about soft power, and Trump really likes the King. It's a high-stakes visit, it's a jam-packed schedule, it's going to be a fascinating few days. So I've just got back from covering one of the first engagements of King Charles and Queen Camilla. The royal couple went for tea at the White House with US President Donald Trump and his wife Melania. They then came to the British ambassador's residence, which is where I was. They came outside and they mingled with guests. I captured quite a sweet moment between King Charles and the former Olympic diver Tom Daley, who had a brief chat about knitting.
Are you still knitting? Oh no, I don't think so. I think you can pick it back up. I think you can go.
Queen Camilla also took the time to speak to a group of women who lead domestic abuse charities. The palace has underlined that meetings like this will be happening over the course of the visit, as they say that a meeting with survivors of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein cannot happen while judicial processes are ongoing.
My name's Henry, I'm a photographer for AFP based in the UK. But the highlight of the tour for me has definitely been the King's speech to Congress. My role was roaming photographer on the floor of the chamber. Basically, I could go anywhere I wanted in that room, being as close or as far away as I wanted to. It struck me how well it went down, given how divided Congress can be and how divided that room can be. For the Oval Office bilap between the King and Trump, there was no TV cameras allowed, only stills cameras. It lasted probably less than a minute. The main moment of the bilap came from when Donald Trump very briefly touched King Charles on the knee. So those pictures were used quite well across publications the next day.
We're here at the White House where King Charles and Queen Camilla have just arrived for the state dinner. It's a rare opportunity for Danny and I to work together because I'm based with the video team in London and Danny is one of our White House correspondents.
President Trump couldn't resist the opportunity to make a little comment about King Charles's speech to Congress earlier.
He made a great speech. I was very jealous.
We were wondering if he'd actually been listening to the speech because the King made veiled criticism about the tensions between Britain and Washington at the moment. Was also talking about the environment and a bunch of other subjects that Trump doesn't normally like to talk about.
That same unyielding resolve is needed for the defense of Ukraine and her most courageous people. We must also reflect on our shared responsibility to safeguard nature, our most precious and irreplaceable asset.
So I'm now here in New York for day 3 of the royal state visit. There is lots of media and lots of security around because King Charles and Queen Camilla are about to visit the 9/11 memorial, which is just behind me. I'm going to be covering a literary engagement with Queen Camilla at the New York Public Library. There's going to be a Winnie the Pooh theme, and Sarah Jessica Parker is going to be there as well, who was the judge of last year's Booker Prize. And what have we just captured?
King Charles arriving at the Christie's event with various other celebrities.
That's their final event in New York, and tomorrow we are off to Bermuda. So I'm here in the town square in St George's in Bermuda, where King Charles is shortly going to arrive for a ceremonial welcome. There are lots of people who have gathered, lots of school children with British flags who are all very excited to greet the King. final day of this royal visit, it's safe to say that things have been much more relaxed for the Bermuda leg. One thing that has made our lives much easier is we haven't had to arrive hours in advance of engagements in order to go through checks with the Secret Service. He's received a really warm welcome, and that warm welcome has continued throughout all of the engagements. Another more unexpected part of the trip for us, whereas usually we're bussed around from engagement to engagement, because the island is one narrow strip, instead our transfer was on a big orange rib, which I must say is one of the more unusual places that I've been kneeling down on the ground filing an edit from. So that's the trip, drawing to a close. The visit came at a complicated moment for bilateral relations between the UK and the US, but they're certainly in a better state now than they were last week. A good indicator of that is the fact that Trump waived tariffs on Scottish whisky, which is thought to be a dedication to his mother, who was born in Scotland. The palace have said that they're going to be boarding that plane, thinking a week very well spent.